Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome in. How's it going? How are you? How are you? I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for waiting ever so patiently today because I am very excited to unveil a very special something to you. It just so happens that I wanted to make sure that this moment is super special. So I was just like tweaking a couple of things in the background, if that makes sense. So that's part of the reason why I was a little bit late and all that stuff. But boy, am I excited to welcome all of you guys. For those that may not know me, my name is Sinarynn. You can call me Sinna. It's nice to meet you. I am a variety VTuber, focusing primarily on just chatting, some cozy games, as well as also some retro games as well. But it's so good to see everyone today. I hope you're all doing good. In just a little bit, we're going to start. But yeah, I just wanted to get everything ready so that way you guys can see sort of like the full thing, you know? Very excited to show you guys what I have created today. And since this is our very first episode of Hello Mallow, there might be some tweaks that need to happen. There might be some scenes that will be changed and all that stuff. I know for a fact that I am just so excited to be talking to all of you guys today. It's my first time. It's not my first time hosting something like this because I normally do. Yeah, hello. I do often do a lot of like, what is the phrase here? I do a lot of, I do frequently do a couple of like, you know, Google form things to just like get people going. Ow! Ooh! Oh, all right. Thank you, Evan, for the 100 biddies. I appreciate it. I know you're feeling a little salty, but let's chill out a little bit, okay? I know that we are, but yeah. I'm not new to the whole podcast scene. We've done a couple of just like one-off things, but this will be our very first time where we do something monthly, which is very, very exciting. I have a list of things that we're going to be talking about. But are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to like see what I have cooked up for all of you? Are we ready? All right, we're going to go take a look. Let's head on over. Let's scooch on over, I should say, to our podcast lounge. Wow! Wow! Doesn't it look wonderful? I'm just gonna pop a squat right there. I know it looks a little bit like I'm floating. That's because it's quite intentional. We need like a table. We need a table up in here. But welcome to our very lovely space for the podcast. Here's where we will have just like a little bit of chatty chats for all of you guys. We could use more pink. You know what? I am inclined to agree. We do need more pink in our lives, you know? Yeah, we do be popping squats. We do be popping squats. We do be popping squats. Here's you guys. See, that's you guys right there. Look, you guys right there. There's you. I also have I believe if I'm not mistaken, I do have like a table here that we can use. There we go. We have a table right here, so it feels a little bit more like the podcasty vibes, you know? Okay, I don't want it too big. But there we go. We got ourselves a little table. And can I tell you something else that's like very exciting that I'm quite excited to show you guys? I got myself, and this is adorable. I got myself a cute little mic, and I cannot wait to show it to you guys. Here's my very adorable microphone. Where is it? Here we go. Ta-da! Now it feels like an actual podcast, right, you guys? Right, you guys? Doesn't this feel like the real deal? Okay. I am currently trying to figure out if we want this table, right? I have a couple of tables So I have this one. I apologize that it's floating right now. Just like bear with me for a second, okay? Because I want it to be extra special. I also have this table, you know? And again, I just don't know which one I like better. I think I kind of like this one too. Your cushions are breathing? Yeah, they tend to do that. They do tend to breathe. Surprise. This one is cuter. All right, looks like we got our win. Do we like this one? Do we like this one better? Yes? No? Maybe so? Let me know. We're not investigating. We're figuring it out as we go, I would say. We're figuring it out as we go. I am very excited to be here with all of you guys, obviously. This is a very brand new start to the sinarynn channel. I've never done something like this where we do it like every single month, but I would just like once again to welcome all of you. Thank you, everybody, for coming over to our very first Hello Mallows. So what this is it is a monthly podcast where I talk to you guys, and it surrounds a theme. We have like a couple of themes going on. Right now, since it's January, all our theme is just like rebirthing, you know, what are we leaving behind and all that stuff. You guys have submitted the form. The form is currently pinned in the chat right now. If you guys would like to participate last minute, that's totally okay. I'm also a very last minute person. Don't you worry. You are still able to participate as we speak. However, just note that I will do my best to keep things engaged and all that stuff. So let's keep in mind that the vibes should be very chill, very cool, very cozy, etc., etc. But welcome to the podcast range. Hello, everybody. I am your host, Sitter, and it's so good to see you. I just want to say a big ol' welcome to Chipu. Chipu, hi, welcome in. Thank you so much for the first. I hope you're having a good time so far. Welcome in, welcome in. Badoo. I would also just like to welcome Evan. Hi, Evan. Aza, hi. It's good to see you, Aza. I hope you're doing good. Tio, welcome in. Nua, hi. Welcome in. Cass as well. Hello. Welcome in. Cal, hi. Arbs, hello. Rex, hi. Fresso, hi. Evan, thank you so much for the 7th stream streak. It's good to see you. Mallow and Lacken, it's good to see you. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all doing wonderful. Nua says, I just got back from the theater and I watched the 5 centimeter second live action. My heart crushed even more than the anime. Ooh, good to know. I'm actually quite excited for the 5 centimeter per second live action. I don't normally watch a lot of live actions, but it seems very interesting, you know? But hi, I hope you're enjoying this sort of, the very cozy vibes, you know? You like this pink blob? Oh, I love it. I love Kirby. Kirby is always the correct choice. Are we sitting on the couch too? I can make you guys sit on the couch. Actually, better yet, I have a very special place for my Mallows. This is a very good point. Mallows, because I love you, and because you are allowed, I suppose, just this one time, I'm going to allow you to be in a very special place, all right? I'm gonna let you be in a very special place. I'm currently looking for my Mallow emotes. I don't know where they are. Hold on. Where did I put all my Mallow emotes? Did I delete them from my phone? Or did I delete them from my computer? Because that would be really bad. That would be a real bad. That would be a real bad. I don't know where my... Hello. Okay, let me think again. Let me use my big power brain cells to see if I can find it. Oh, I found it. All right. I have a very, very wonderful place for all of you guys. Here's you. Oh. Nope. Here's you. And you are gonna be allowed to sit right here. On the table. Doesn't that look cute? Doesn't that look correct? Don't you guys just look adorable right there on the table? It's cute, right? Dana, hi, it's good to see you. Welcome in, Dana. Welcome in. Everything now is very pink. Everything now is very pink. But welcome to the Hello Mallows podcast. We'll get like a logo at the back behind me and all that stuff one day. But I'm currently trying my best to just like work with what I've got here. Shadow, hi, it's good to see you. Shadow, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for the 55 stream streak. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Welcome in. I hope everybody's having a wonderful time so far. So, let's chat. Let's vibe. We are currently here tonight hanging out with all of you guys. We like hanging out with all of you guys, of course, but tonight is a very special night. Our Discord has been up to some very, very interesting and cool things, as you may know. Or maybe you don't know, and that's okay too. We have our very beautiful time capsule that, just so you guys know, time capsules are closing very, very soon. If you haven't checked out the Discord yet and submit your time capsule, please feel free. Hey, Evan, that's really not cool of you to say. Like, you're really ruining the vibes right now. So just like chill out and go take a walk or something, because the vibes are not it. All right. That is not a really cool way to use the TTS. So I'm just gonna delete this message. Thank you. Go take a vibe. All right. We've been doing a lot of fun stuff over in January. On this entire January, we have lots of things that we've been doing. Really cool things. Really, really cool things. So first of all, we have our very, very lovely time capsule program. Of course, our time capsule program is where you guys write down something that you want to remember next time, right? Like, you write down a little letter to yourself and we will be reading it next year. So now is your chance, because it is closing on Sunday. It's closing on Sunday. You are allowed to hang out and type in something that you want for next year. Maybe it's a goal that you've been vibing with, you know? Maybe it's a goal that you have been wanting to. So if you want to write down the time capsule, I've been announcing it on the streams and all that stuff. We are going to be having that in our Discord. Yes, it is closing this Sunday, and we will be opening it next year. So you better get your stuff suited and ready for it. I'm also not 100% sure why my frames are dropping. We're just gonna deal with it right now, okay? And then what we have done so far in January that we'll be continuing is that we will also be continuing our experiments. So I talked to you guys a little bit about this in the very beginning of January. We have done some mini experiments instead of like big overarching goals. Because sometimes I feel like goals are not the easiest ones to like achieve. But if you do like little things, you know, you do something every single day for an entire week or every single day for an entire month, like that really helps out, right? That really helps out. So why not take this time to come do our February experiments? February is coming. We are going to be doing another experiment time. You have the option of joining the 3 days, the 5 days, or like the whole month even. There's even like a couple of times for like the week thing. So I want you guys to know that we have been currently doing a lot of experiments, just like mini experiments and all that jazz, right? Evan, for your own safety, I'm gonna time you out so that way you can go take a walk, buddy. It's not that serious. You need to just calm down, okay? Today is a very special day because we have ourselves our Hello Mallow podcast. And so what this is we have a very Google form. That is certainly words that I use in normal English setting. We have a Google form that you guys are allowed to submit, and you are allowed to like fill in some of the stories and all that jazz. And then you are also more than welcome to check out some of the stories that we have. I've read a couple of them, and they're very sweet. They're very cool. But there's 3 different sections in the Google Doc. See, this is why I can't be distracted. Cal, you said Google Docy, and my first instinct is to say Google Doc. There's 3 different sections in the January experiments. You have the themed corner. So every month we have like a new theme and all that stuff. You guys are more than welcome to answer the themed questions. If you have any advice that you want us to ask or answer, you're more than welcome to do so. And then finally, we also have a fellow corner. And basically that's your chance to sort of say some encouraging words for the Mallows, right? What is going on? My brain is like losing it a little bit. You guys, I woke up today. So this is the bit where I talk to you guys about my life. First of all, hi, Mallows. It's good to see you. My name is sinarynn. You can call me Sinna. Very, very nice to meet you in case you're new here. We do a lot of just chatting streams. I am mostly a just chatting person. And I also do a couple of like cozy games here and there. K-Man, it's good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're good. I hope you're good. So we have been having a really, really great time lately, just like understanding each other and learning more about each other. Within the Discord itself, there's been a lot of experiments that a lot of people have been part of. And something that's unique about this podcast that I assume that not a lot of podcasts do is that I try to get the Mallows involved, either through text or through like their own speech. I have elected a very special Mallow amongst you guys. I asked them a couple of questions based on their own experimentation. And today we're going to be hearing their thoughts together. And that's going to be a little later. And I'm so excited. Is it Enoki? It is not Enoki, but I do love her. Hi, Enoki. I love you. Welcome in. Welcome in. So yeah, that's sort of like the whole bit for today. Schedule is I talk about my life. You guys talk about your life. You're more than welcome to. And then we're going to be looking at the podcast responses. And then we're going to be taking a look at, we're going to be listening in, I should say, to the very special Mallow, whose voice can be heard really soon. I'm very excited. I also haven't listened to it yet, which I'm so stoked. But yeah, that's going to be what our evening is going to look like. And I'm very excited. I'm a little bit nervous. Oh, and of course, at the end, before we close out the show, we will have ourselves just like a thank you section for January, because we've been very fortunate this January, I should say, and I am beyond grateful for everything. But yeah, that's about it. I think that's about it. Just so you guys know, I do want to let you guys aware we currently do have 35% off of 5 gifted subs. There is a limited time discount right now. So if anybody is interested in gifting subs, whatever it may be, to help the show running, to help my expenses and all that stuff, you're able and eligible to do so. All right, that's enough shilling on my part. Oh, wait, one last little shill. If you haven't checked out my socials yet, please go check out my socials. All right. Actually, enough shilling. Enough shilling on my part. All right. How are we feeling tonight? I hope everyone is doing really, really well. I don't know if you can hear it from my voice, but my voice is shot. I'm going to be drinking a lot of water. But this week I streamed a lot more than I normally do. I normally do like 2 streams a week, but this week I've been doing 3. This is my 3rd stream. And I am pretty exhausted out there. Also, hi, Gil and Akira. Welcome in. How are you? Welcome to the podcast, Drew. It's also been raining like a lot. And so I want to make sure that we are vibing right now. You know, we're not getting sick. So let this be a reminder to drink your vitamins. Drink your vitamins. Make sure that you are good, okay? Make sure that you are staying healthy. Make sure that you are relaxing. Make sure that you are getting enough sleep and all that jazz. And when it's not raining, please make sure that you're going outside, because the weather does get you, I feel like. I know it's getting me at this moment. Cass says, I'm usually asleep by 10 p.m. and awake at 5. Got home from a concert at 3 a.m. in the morning and I'm vibing. Crash is scheduled tomorrow. Yeah, that's how I feel. I think my crash is going to be scheduled tomorrow after I have like a little hangout session tomorrow with a couple of my friends. After that, my God, I have a feeling that I'm just going to be like falling asleep. Literally, I'll be sleeping early tomorrow because I'm so exhausted. And then I also have like, what was I about to say? But yeah, that's currently what's been going on in my life at the moment. It has been really, really, really just like busy. End of the month stuff, of course. And we have some really fun projects that we put in like hiatus for a little bit that is going to be starting back up. Again, very excited stuff. I don't know. I'm just very excited for what February is going to bring. I know that it's going to be, I have a feeling that it's going to be big. I always feel like January and February are like the times when I'm the most motivated. So that way I'm able to just like work on a bunch of different projects right now. You know what I mean? I hope you are also feeling that way. You know, I hope you're doing good. You're hanging out and all that stuff. Okay. So this month we held our January experiments. That's right. We're holding our January experiments. And in these experiments, I have asked all of you, lovely Mallows, to tell me one thing that you really, really, really want to try, right? Like something that you've always wanted to try, but you're afraid to, and you don't really want to commit like every single day for an entire year type of thing, you know? I committed actually to 2 things. I committed to writing on my journal, and I also committed to doing push-ups in the morning. And I have done a lot of push-ups. Right now, I have like a habit tracker app where every single time I finish it, I just like click the check button and be like, okay, yeah, no, this is, you know, done and done and done. This is what I do. I currently, based on my push-ups, I have 23 push-ups that I've done daily. So I have done consecutively 23 days of like 20 push-ups every single day. So I have been doing a really, really good job. I feel very like motivated that I was even able to accomplish that goal. And so we're going to be hearing it from one of you guys really, really soon. Something that I learned, not a big fan of journaling. I know that's not like probably a good thing. I don't know. Do you guys journal? I just don't enjoy journaling a lot. Like I enjoy journaling a little bit. So I think from this point on, I'll probably journal maybe once a week, but I don't think I'm the type of person to journal like every single day. It's just not my favorite, if that makes sense, you know? You're getting really strong. Thank you. Yeah, we've been doing it every single day. I foresee a swallowing in the future. I believe so. You bet your butt I'm gonna be super swole. Also, don't mind me. I'm just currently, I want to move my VTuber just like a little bit closer to you guys. There we go. I would enjoy it more if my handwriting wasn't absolutely trash. Polar, I'm gonna let you know right now. Journaling is not about bettering your handwriting. It's to just put ideas on the paper. And I think it's because my days are pretty much very similar. And so I just find like there's not really much change in the monotony besides 1 or 2 things. I try to highlight like the little things that have changed, you know, like, oh, today one of my students told me I love you and it's very interesting, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. I don't think journaling every single day is for me, but I do think I'm interested in journaling once a week, you know, or once every 2 days or whatever have you. But that's me. Do you guys journal? Do you guys like put thoughts on paper down? I want to know. Laz, hi, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're good. That's fair, although having pretty handwriting would definitely help. I guess so. I have seen my journal. I don't know if my journal is actually that good. I don't think my handwriting is nice. Do you guys know, like, my January, I wrote you guys like a letter in January. In the bulletin board, you can see my handwriting is just like a very thankful, you know, grateful, all that jazz. It might be in the Mallow box, actually. I forget where I put it. But I posted like a big thank you to everyone for a very wonderful January, of course. And I looked at it again and I was like, oh my God, my handwriting is not that great. That was my handwriting without like any embellishments. I did try my best to make sure that my handwriting is as legible as possible, but that is pretty much what my handwriting looks like, and I don't think it's that great. Do you guys have like nice handwriting? Let me know. You should journal when you feel like it, in my opinion. If you force it daily, it's kind of boring. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I just don't think I'm a journaling type of gal. Maybe I'll do it like once in a while, but yeah, definitely not an everyday kind of thing. I'm looking at like how many times I journaled. Ugh. Guys, I'm looking at my January activity right now. I journal maybe like once or 2 times. 2 times a week. And I think that's already pretty good. Seth, hello. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Cyber Tenchi, welcome in. How's it going? Thank you for complimenting my model. I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Polar says people with nice handwriting are God's favorite. Oh my God. One of my fellow staff members, they have such a gorgeous handwriting, you guys. It literally looks like a font. It's like printed font. It looks so beautiful. And part of me is like, I want to write like that. The other part feels like I shouldn't waste that much time trying to write so nicely. I don't know. Maybe I'll consider it as like a hobby or something, you know? Maybe I'll do that. Laz says, journaling for me is more of a free-for-all stream of consciousness thing, not just recounting of events in a day. It's more of a thing to keep my writing muscles active. I agree, Laz. I think that's how I've started treating journaling. It's just when I sit down and open my journal, I'm like, okay, what do I want to write about? Right? I'm like, what do I want to write about? What is a topic that I'm interested in? I'll be honest with you. Lately, a lot of my journal recountings has been like the state of the world, politics and all that stuff. So I'm not going to bring it to you guys right now, but maybe in the future. And in the future, we'll be able to just like recount and all that stuff. It's all good. But yeah, I think I like the idea of just like journaling, like opening your journal and just writing down whatever thoughts you have going on. It's always nice. It's always nice. Yeah, Arbs, I think if you want to get started in journaling, you should absolutely check out journals that are like more towards like prompts, because those prompts will be extremely helpful. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Polar says, I tend to journal when I have some internal turmoil. I think that's a good way to release your emotions too. I do think journaling is like a great way to just like release all your inner upset and all that stuff, you know? Evan, you don't have to be sorry about how you felt. You can just be sorry about how you reacted. You know what I mean? The best way to be to like, if you feel bad, I think the best way to show that you feel bad is to just move forward with a better foot forward instead of writing like a drawn out apology. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't need that personally. I think that's more emotional burden that you are like letting on me. So I would much rather that you just move on and be a better chatter, you know, and if you feel some type of way, just step away from the computer and just relax. That's all that I would like from you. I would say that my journals lately have also been like, hey, I look at these like cool, I saw this really cool person. I want to talk about it to sort of like help with my descriptions. because I enjoy writing and I enjoy describing what it is I see. So that's another thing that I do. Full Clip, hello. It's good to see you. Welcome in. How's it going? How's it going? Welcome in. Have a good dinner, Chipu. It's good to see you. What are your pronouns? My pronouns are she, her. Thank you for asking. Feel free to drop in your pronouns, everybody else. We're just talking about journaling at the moment. Cass says, I stream of consciousness type more than journal, but I don't think in sentences particularly well. So writing forces me to put it in a coherent, logical form. It makes me take more of a stance than just mulling it over and over. I see. I got you. Alex, hi, welcome in. It's good to see you. We are currently doing a little podcast that we got going on. We do. We do have a little podcast that's currently going on right now, and it is very, very nice. But yeah, we are going to get started. Guys, there's a really cute game that I've been obsessed with. My game recommendation corner. Here's my little game recommendation corner, okay? I watched Maury Faye, one of my really sweet friends. Love Maury so much. They were playing a game called RE Story, and it's like an electronics repair shop, and it looks so good. I really, really want to check it out. So that's currently on my list right now, and I think when I get enough money, I'll be able to get it. I'll be able to get it, and I'm very excited for it. Arb says, empty journals are just like notebooks for me, like stationery. I mean, my journal is a notebook. I don't think that brains, words, thoughts. My opinion is that in order for you to start a journal, instead of grabbing a journal, just grab a notebook that is like cute or pretty. If you want to start journaling, you can't just go into journaling by like getting a journal, if that makes sense. Like, don't get one of them leather-bound journals that's boring and all that stuff, unless you enjoy decorating it, right? I'm someone that's not a big decorator, to like be quite honest with you. Like, I'm not someone that likes to put like stickers on their journal or whatever it may be. I like notebooks that are pretty and I can already just like go at it. So every time I choose a journal, and I've had several, my main focus with journaling is to just like figure out, I just like figuring out whether or not it's pretty enough for me to put my thoughts in. And if it's not pretty enough, we're not going to choose that. Does that make sense? Cal says, how does a train eat? They chew. Noted. We have noted this dad joke, and it will be reviewed upon your. I will be reviewing this. The pronoun check redeem is not working. It is working. You just redeemed it. That's all there is to it. Hi, Jared. Welcome in. How's it going? And yes, I am reading the answers for the Hello Mallows today. In fact, we're going to do it in just like a minute or so. Please feel free, again, if you haven't already, check out the pinned comment at the very top so that way you can start, answering a little bit about the Hello Mallows January experiment. Again, you don't have to answer all three. If you don't want to answer all three, that is totally, totally okay, all right? You do not have to do anything that you don't want to. If you just enjoy chatting, that's all there is to it, Alrighty, I think we are ready to get started. Which I'm very excited for. Tenshi says, I just paint on them. I love making art because I don't want a notebook with AI slop on it. Cyber Tenshi, that is such a base take. That is so based. I really appreciate it. My God. That is so based. I love it. You submitted a Hello Mallow story. Thank you, Evan. You absolutely didn't have to, but thank you for the 100 biddies. I want you guys to know that like any bits, any subs that you donate here tonight, by the way, 5% off of gifted subs, 35% off of 5 gifted subs. Any bits, any donations goes back into the stream. We're currently trying to get like stuff, you know? Hello, Mallow. Yeah, you guys are the Mallows. That's the cute little guy that's currently sitting right here. I'm gonna make him float. Woo! Now you're on my head. Someone actually asks, what is a Mallow? Well, that's a very good question. That is a very great question. I'm just kidding. A Mallow is what it is. It just is what it is. A Mallow is just a Mallow. I presumed a marshmallow. Yeah, that's kind of where the name came from, honestly. But we know I wanted a very like fluffy ball-like creature to act as like you guys. Is it weird to say that I want to bite it? Absolutely not. I bite the Mallows all the time. But I believe that you can exactly, Germ. I believe you can tell it is what it is based on what you see it as. I want to say that it is a marshmallow that is like that has gone sentient, but not really. I think part of me just wanted like a cloud-like creature that can like walk around and all that stuff. It doesn't really have a mouth. It telepathically sends me their thoughts. Just like how you guys are always telepathically sending me your thoughts. That's what it is to it. Arbs finally gets to relax and actually watch stream and just now notice the hair physics. I know, right? I know, right? Arbs is finally figuring out that the hair is physicsing. The hair is hairing, as they say. A Mallow is good in the oven for 60 minutes at 450 degrees. I think 450 degrees is a little bit too hot. Maybe 300 Fahrenheit. I think for 300 Fahrenheit for about like, yeah, about like a 55 to 60 minutes. Is a Mallow a jellyfish? That is a question. That is a question. I forgot to turn on TTS. No wonder I couldn't hear anything. I'm so sorry, guys. I would say Arbs refund them, but Arbs is not a mod anymore, so I'm gonna refund them later. Sorry. Jib says the Mallow knows what it is because it knows what it isn't. By subtracting what it is from what it isn't, or what it isn't from what it is, it knows what it is. Correct! Correct! Correct as always. Correct as always. You've been scammed? Yep. That's my new name. Scammering. No, I'm kidding. You guys are not scammering. That's crazy. That would be nuts. I fixed it. Don't worry. The things are here now. A Mallow is good in a hot car in Arizona for about 5 minutes. Correct. Correct. We need that empty mod space filled in post haste. Yes, I will. I am currently reviewing. Just so you know, I am reviewing the way the chatters behave as well. So if you have submitted the mod for Sinaform, just know that I am moving sneaky like. You know what I mean? I'm moving sneaky like. I am looking at the way that you behave. That's all there is to it. Anyway, it is what it is. I'll go lurk and do my psychology studies. Good luck, Tenshi. I believe in you. Will it be starting this talk show with a stand-up monologue? Yes. I love monologues. I love monologuing. That's all I do. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. Exactly. Exactly. All right. We are ready. We are ready. We are here. We are ready. You know what? I actually kind of want to try. Being a stand-up comedian. I think I'll be terrible at it, but at least I'll try. You know what I mean? Is it buffering because of frames or my internet? I have no idea. It could be my fault as well. So basically, with the rainy season being here, sinarynn may or may not be lagging on your streams. Sorry about that. Low-key, every stream is a gigantic monologue. I've been called out. I've been called out, and it is the truth. Dang. You know who else loves monologues? Villains. Exactly. See, I keep on telling you guys that I'm evil, but you guys don't trust me. You guys don't trust me enough. I am evil. Y'all just don't trust. All right. I think we're ready to get started. I have done my daily yapping duties. Woo! I am finished talking about my daily yapping. Except that my OBS is currently frozen, so if stream dies, I'm so sorry, guys. I apologize. Is there something that I want to talk to you guys about? Maybe. I'll talk about it next stream, I think. Here is our January experiments, as you can see right here. I am currently just like moving everything right here from the get-go. I know it's probably a little bit hard to see, but this is mostly just like proof that I am reading from something and I'm not just like, you know, I'm not just like making up a story as it goes. You know, this is proof that you guys are here and you guys are participating in this. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. How's it going? How's it going? Thank you so much for being here. It's good to see you. I think my internet is okay now. This one, our first story is from David Gator 2, who has been part of the community for so long. I don't even know how long like he's been here. He's literally someone that has been part of the Mallow squad before it was called the Mallow squad. You know, before it was called the Fluffy squad. So thank you to the very lovely David for always being part of these like cute little experiments that we do. Really appreciate your time. Our theme is all about January, right? And so we have been asking, you know, what is your new beginning? What do you want to leave behind? You can answer either like the new beginning or you can answer the leaving behind, whatever it may be. Our new beginning for David is, my new beginning is looking forward to whatever this year brings. I just applied to be a FIFA World Cup volunteer. That's really cool. So I hope I get that opportunity. Can we get some exclamation point manifest, please? Exclamation point manifest in the chat. Let's see if we can get our David to be in FIFA World Cup as a volunteer. That would be really cool. In addition, there might be another opportunity for a new position at my work. Nothing is guaranteed, but all I can hope for is the best. Amen. Something that I want to leave behind. I want to leave behind hating things I cannot control. I want to stop putting pressure on myself on things that could have gone better, especially if the outcome was already good. Sometimes a situation, assignment, and or opportunity is good enough, and I should be proud of that. Whoa, this is very, very good. No, I completely agree with you, David. This is some very good wisdom. Very, very good wisdom. Good wisdom, David. Good wisdom. Good wisdom. And I completely agree. I think we need to stop being angry at things that we can't necessarily control. We are simply humans trying our best after all, you know? Full Clip, thank you for the 5-stream streak. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Doo-doo-ba-doo. Also, thank you for the manifesting, everybody. Thank you for the manifesting. It's good to see everyone, by the way. Also, Milk, it's good to see you. Hi, Milk. Let's hope, David, that you are able to fulfill your abilities. You've applied to be a FIFA World Cup volunteer. I am hoping that you are going to be able to be a FIFA World Cup volunteer. It will be very exciting. Advice Corner. Oh, this is a very fun one. I think a lot of Mallows might be able to answer this one too. How do you increase Riz? If someone you like says they don't want to go with you to see a show, party, or museum, how do you recover? Ooh. This is tough. Let's answer the second question too. Let's answer the second question first. By the way, guys, if you have any advice that you would like to give David, please feel free to drop it in the chat below. We'd always love to hear your opinions after all. If someone you like, so you have a crush on, right? You have a crush, you ask your crush, like, hey, I want to go to X, Y, and Z, you know? Do you want to come with us? And they say no. Honestly, easier said than done. Don't take it personally, man. You really don't need to take everything personally. If someone doesn't want to go with you somewhere, or they don't want to like hang out with you, don't take it personality. Don't take it personality. Don't take it personally. But in my opinion, I think it has less to do with you and more to do with them, because you might consider that you've done everything correctly, like you've been really respectful to them, you've been funny and all that stuff. I think that's enough, in my opinion. If you've been funny, you've been respectful, you've done a great job at doing whatever you need to do, that should be enough. And if they still don't like you, you can't force them. And so if they reject you and say like, hey, I don't want to go see this X, Y, and Z, don't take it personally, you know? Again, easier said than done. I totally understand how like tough it is to hear that someone doesn't want to go with you to X, Y, and Z. On the flip side, don't let someone's rejection stop you from doing things by yourself. I've watched movies by myself. I'm going to watch one of my favorite stand-up comedians by myself because I can't find anybody to go with. Don't let life slip you by because you're too busy waiting on people. Life moves quick and life moves fast, y'all. You gotta go get things done. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The drinking is crazy. Don't drink. What comedian? Gianmarco Soresi, which I am very, very excited to see. I'm excited to see Gianmarco. I think he'll be great. Yeah, Arb should know. I reject Arbs a lot. And he's one of my best friends. Dubster Warlock, hi, it's good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I don't know how to talk about the Riz portion. What do you guys got for the Riz? I don't think I got anything for the Riz part. I think for the Riz, in my personal opinion, you just gotta be like, you know what? I'm the hottest person that exists in this place, in this vicinity, in this like time. You know? That's my opinion. Like, you gotta just like fake it till you make it. What was the question? How do you increase Riz? That's what someone asked. See, Seth agrees. Fake it till you make it. I feel like that's the key recipe to a lot of things. My philosophy like can be submitted or can be summarized into 3 different sentences. Asking is better than inaction, in the sense of like, you might as well ask for it, and if they say no, all right. Fake it till you make it is probably a big one. And then listen more than you talk, which the last one is actually really difficult for me to do, as you can probably imagine. Alex says, Riz is confidence and listening. Ooh, wait, I kind of love that. I kind of love that. Riz is confidence and listening. Wait, I love that. That's iconic. I know it's hard, but honestly, being yourself is the best kind of Riz, you know? Be confident, but be yourself, you know? Silly. Oh, hi, hello. Your name is a little crazy. But hi, I'm sinarynn, and it's good to see you. Could you read us an audiobook? If I don't get copyright striked, I would love to read you an audiobook. I think that would be fun. Full clip. Oh my God, full clip. You're so real. One person's Riz is another person's yuck, so it's highly subjective. There you go. There you go. There you go. I think it's a good idea to just like be yourself. You should check out Brothers Grimm's Town Musicians of Brennan. All right, sounds good. Can you get struck by reading a book aloud? It's not as common, I would say, compared to music, but I'm always pro, you know, support the artists. of course. Support artists, support writers, and all that stuff. So if I'm infringing on anyone's copyright or IP, I'd rather not, you know? I don't think you can be struck by copyright just from reading a book out loud. In fact, there's a lot of YouTube channels that just like read aloud to children, you know? It's a 10-minute read. Great. Now's not the time though, but I would love, love, love to do that maybe another time. Thanks for asking, silly. Cass says, easiest riz is make offers. Easiest riz is to make offers and follow up when they're accepted. Make eye contact, get a smile. You can make sure to speak toward them in a group. That's received well. Maybe you get them coffee when you're out. Goes poorly. All right, dial it back. Low stakes offers and great reading and reading reception. I agree. I think you just got to be able to read the room a little bit. I think that's the best way to increase riz is if you know how to read a room. You know, you guys are fairly good at reading rooms, right? I believe you guys. You wouldn't trauma dump your entire, you know, like something really heavy, really. I'm not saying that you know, what I'm saying is like you wouldn't treat this stream as a therapist's office. You know, you're really great at reading the room in that sense. Take that and just apply it to real people. That is the best thing that you can do. Arb says, my advice is be authentic, empathetic, and considerate. There you go. There you go. Also ask questions. Z. Oh my God, Polar, I agree. Ask good questions. Like build up on that, you know? Build up on the conversation. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
How do I build a boat? I'm on a deserted island. Preferably shark resistant.
Silly, I'm so sorry. I don't got nothing. This is a really good question. I don't know how to build a boat. You might have to figure that out yourself, my friend. Seth says, is there a gray area where if you buy the book/music, then you technically own it? Yes. But I think when it comes to online reproduction, sometimes people will say like, oh, you are infringing on copyright because you are profiting off of someone else's work. That's how it goes. Mm-hmm. All we do is read in chats, and that's true. That's true. You just read, I guess. I'm reading too. Blue Warrior, hello. Close. I'm an elf, but close enough. Close enough. It's good to see you. Welcome in, Blue Warrior. Let your neurodivergent queen geek out. Correct. I like this. I like this. Basically, David, chat has summarized your query in this manner. 1, be confident. And if you don't know how to be confident, ask questions. 2, be empathetic. Don't dominate the conversation. And 3, just be yourself. Relax. One thing that I did when I first learned how to talk to people is that before I would speak to someone, I would just take a quick deep breath. I'd just go, you know, and then I would walk up and go like, hey, you look really, really cute. Or like, you have such nice shoes. I would say as far as compliments go, compliment something that is interesting about them, you know? I wouldn't compliment necessarily like their hair or their eyes. I think that's a little bit too forward. But like, compliment their shoes. Compliment their outfits. Compliment their shirt. You know, I say shirts or like fashion is a really great in for talking to new people. That's my opinion, at least. All right. And here's our fellow corner. Oh my God, this is cute. David says, my encouraging words for the Mallows is keep living your best life the way you want to. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. Cass says, if you're a guy, listen to how girls compliment each other and nix the ones that won't come off from a guy. Yeah. It's tough to figure out whether or not it'll sound creepy. But I would say like, yeah, compliment something that they have control of. Oh my God, Dumpster Warlock, that is literally what I've been trying to think about. That is such a great explanation. Compliment their shirt. Compliment their shoes. Don't do what Poo-Poo is currently doing. Poo-Poo, don't steal my shoes, man. I only have one. I only got one pair of shoes. Please, spare me. Private Akira, thank you for the 3 stream streak. I appreciate it. All right, that was our very first response. Going pretty good, going pretty good. This is from a anonymous. So Mallow, I should say. I should change it to Mallow. So this is a Mallow that is currently anonymous, Anonymous. To answer the theme, they say, not something that I can just leave behind, but I do want to repress the idea of self-doubt. Ooh, self-doubt is so, so tough. I experience it. Surprise, surprise. And something that I learned is like, knowing that someone you admire experiences like something that you feel as well makes you feel less alone. So let me be the first to tell you that if you somehow admire my silly, goofy self, know that I also suffer from self-doubt. I am also second-guessing my choices. All that we can do is just make sure that our choices are done in sort of like a best foot forward kind of deal, and we'll just do our best with whatever we've got, We'll deal with the consequences as it may come. But good luck to you, Anonymous. It's tough. Dealing with self-doubt is tough. I just fake it till I make it, and somehow it all works out. Just know that it will all work out. Dana says, also don't want to make it too... Also, for compliments, don't make it extremely vague. You look great today is something different. It will make them wonder if they look awful other days. Oh my God, that's true. Says, do not talk to a girl the way you talk to your homies. That could be jail time. Also true. Guys, do not talk to the girls the way you talk to your homies, okay? That's not good. Welcome back, Chip. We're talking about self-doubt right now because the advice corner that this Anonymous wants to ask is, how do you address yourself whenever you started to doubt yourself? For the most part, I'm quite confident and happy about myself. I'm genuinely in a position where I know I can do plenty of things, and yet all it takes is one minor inconvenience to shatter the illusion away, and my brain will just spiral down to places that I don't want to be in. Any advice on how to control these emotions? Ooh, that's really hard. In a way that like every person will have a different answer to this, right? I'm thinking, if anybody has any advice that they want to throw their way, please feel free. I'm just thinking right now. How do you control the emotions when you start feeling doubt? That's essentially what it is. For the most part, they're pretty confident. But sometimes they are a little bit, they're a little bit worried. Just got dinner. Well, welcome back. Thank you to the Mallows that are taking care of themselves. I hope you're enjoying your dinner. Cass says, don't talk to girls with love, admiration, and respect. Correct. You should only treat the homies with love, admiration, and respect. The girls get like a smidge. Also, hi, Themborn. It's good to see you. We love Chapel Rowan in this club. In this Pink Pony Club. All right. I think I have thoughts. How do you control the emotions when you start to self-doubt? For me, anytime I have big emotions, the most important thing that I gotta do is honestly calm the F down, Big emotions, whether it's anger, sadness, happiness even, or like self-doubt, insecurity. First thing you gotta do is figure out how to calm yourself down, how to stop yourself from spiraling. For me, it's to literally look in front of the mirror, put my hand out, and just say, stop. Like physically telling myself to stop. That helps me because that literally stops my brain in its tracks, And then afterwards, I always have like a list. I've been keeping this list for a very long time. It's a private list. I write down things that I am good at, and anytime I feel some type of way, I look back at that list. In that list itself, I have like achievements that I have accomplished. I also have things like the things that you guys say, it's called my happy list. Things that you have said in chat that I was like, oh, this is really sweet. I'm gonna use this to like build people up. Or like, I'm gonna use this to sort of like help myself feel a little bit better. You know, consider that aspect, if that makes sense. That's part of the reason why we also have like, every once in a while, I do something called I kind of want to do it this year as well. We'll be doing a report card. And I feel like streamers get a lot of love because you guys always give us like some really nice compliments. But this is a chance for me to sort of write you guys just like a little bit of a compliment, you know, a sentence or two about why I appreciate about your presence in the chat room. Does that make sense? Keeping those kinds of notes from other people really, really help with my self-confidence. And eventually I can learn like, oh, you know what? I am a really nice person. Or you know what? I am really funny, you know? I think people need to start complimenting each other more, you know? And if there's anybody that you know, I hope that you have someone that you trust that you can just go and be like, hey, I'm really feeling awful about myself. Like, do you have anything, like any compliments that you can give me and all that stuff? Hopefully you do. And that's good. 2K brain cells. Hi, Dry Stain. It's good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Seth says, for me, don't compare what you're doing to what other people are doing. In the big picture, a lot of things don't really matter. That's how I think most of the time. Seth, I like that. I like that. I think that's good. Chip says, I'm really quite logical as a person, so I prefer to understand my emotions through thinking for the reasons. From there, I break it down and slowly try to recover from it. Wait, I love that. I like that. Alex, I really like this opinion of yours. By the way, I don't mean that as a bad thing. This is just like a new viewpoint for me. You shouldn't control your emotions. They exist for some reason. But if these are really strong emotions, I recommend drinking a glass of water, washing a face, breathing a little, and do something you love to distract yourself. That's good. I like that. I think literally forcing your brain to do something will stop it from like spiraling. But you also have to be like, actually get up. I think, okay, if you are literally spiraling as we speak, this is why I tell people this, like, if you are spiraling in front of your computer, get up and get out of the room, you know? Go down the stairs, drink some water, come back up. You will feel instantly better. Get the heck out of there. Oh my God, Themborn, you're so fine. I appreciate the fact that you are even here to listen to us. But this is a podcast advice sort of channel, so we're here to sort of answer what we got going on. Good idea, should have done that. Well, guess what, Evan? You have plenty of time to practice. That's the beauty about life. You can always practice. Kat says, controlling my big emotions started with sharing them candidly with some trusted friends. I don't calm myself down very well, but I can channel their past words and stop spiraling. It's a 2-for-1. They help you in the now, and when you're struggling alone, you can remember their words and how they handle you. Oh my God, Cass, I love that too. Yeah, for those who are very fortunate to have very trusted loved ones, you know, best thing to do, in my opinion, is to just make sure that you have someone that you can trust, right? And if you don't have anyone that you can trust, because I know it is so easy to be alone in this like very, very loud world, do something that you can do by yourself, you know? Drink some water, get some juice, you know? Get out of the room that you're feeling frustrated in. It will always help. Oh, full clip, is it time for you to go? I am very, very sad as always, but have a good one, full clip. Thank you so much for being here. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. And our fellow corner is for our Mallows. Just know that you are a good person deep down. I agree. I do think that choosing the correct thing to do is very difficult. And so if today you did the correct thing, I am very, very proud of you. Congratulations. Now, we have a lot of other responses that we've got going on, but we're going to go take a little break from the screen. What we are going to do is I have a word from our sponsors. And this sponsor is a very special sponsor. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here is a word from our sponsor. Hello, Mallows. It's Sinarynn, and I am here to bring you the word from our sponsor. Our sponsor for this podcast is you guys. It is my greatest blessing to have so many wonderful Mallows that come and generate with the generous donations and all that stuff, whether it's through gifted subs, whether it's through throne gifts, whether it's through biddies and all that stuff. And this podcast cannot happen without the likes of you guys. So a big thank you to all of you for making sure that you make this happen. I want to give a very special shout out to Josh FW119 today because he has gifted the most subs this month at 25 subs in January. Big claps for Josh. Josh, thank you so much for being our big sponsor for our Hello Mallows program. It is a pleasure to be your streamer. Now, we're going to go back to the podcast real soon. Hello, and we're back. Thank you guys for listening to the sponsored segment. It is very important that we do have a sponsored segment, of course. We got to thank our sponsors, our beautiful, generous sponsors. Here I thought it was Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends, you want to sponsor me so that way I can make money? I'd love to. It'll be great. Anyway, here is our next response. It is loading. You can see that it is currently loading. This one is from Seth, who is currently in chat right now. Robin Fushigibana, welcome in. How's it going? Welcome to the Hello Mallows podcast, where a lot of our Mallows have submitted their thoughts and their feelings all about January. Seth answers our themed corner. What is your new beginning and what do you want to leave behind? So he chose to answer the new beginning, which is very awesome. Seth says, my main goal is to blow up. I'm just kidding. I kid, Seth, I kid. Seth's main goal is to save enough and buy his own place. I realize how much more at peace I am without having people around me 24/7. Seth, I am so proud of you for knowing that you maybe just need to be by yourself. Because let me tell you right now, I am the same exact way. I feel like I like my space. I like my sweet little room where nobody bothers me. I cannot handle sharing a room at this current moment in life. Maybe that will be different in the future. I don't know. But I also agree. I am someone that feels like way more at peace when I'm not constantly surrounded with people 24/7. So I totally understand. You actually considered writing that? Alex, I love that you know my references. W. Alex, honestly. Hi, Rob. It's good to see you. We're currently reading through some Hello Mellow responses. Ooh, advice corner right now is a little spicy. Okay. My friend and his wife are trying to get me to date their nanny. How do I tell them that I don't want a relationship without having to tell them to F off? They don't seem to understand and I'm genuinely not interested in a relationship right now. Ooh, spicy. Chatters, please feel free to give any messages, any advice for our beautiful, wonderful Seth down in the comments below. Feel free. We are currently thinking. I'm going to ask you this, Seth, because I know you're in chat right now. Are you closer to the wife or your friend? Like, I know you mentioned, like, my friend and his wife, so I assume that you're closer to your friend. But you know what I mean? Like, maybe they were both, like, on equal grounds. That's one. And two, if you don't mind me asking, which of the two do you think you can have, like, a heart-to-heart with? Which of the two is the most sensible, you know? Out of Arbs and I, for example, out of Arbs and I, Arbs is the most reasonable one. Arbs is more reasonable than myself, you know? If you have a problem with me and Arbs, it is easier to talk to Arbs. If you talk to me, oh boy. I am unreasonable. I'm just kidding. What was the question? So Seth really, really does not like the fact that his friend is trying to interfere with his romantic relationships. Basically trying to get them to date someone that they know. And his friends don't seem to understand that he's not interested in a relationship. I would say this. Arb says no means no. Correct. I agree with that. I will say this. Instead of talking to both of them at once, I think it's easier if you just talk one by one, if that makes sense. Like, it'll be so much easier for you to talk to the one person compared to both. Because if you talk to two people, it'll feel like they're ganging up on you, even though you're the one with the issue. Does that make sense? It is so much better if you just talk to the one person, and hopefully that's your friend. And to me, when I need to confront someone's behavior that I don't appreciate, I typically bite the living crap out of them. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. For me, right, when I feel like I need to give like a very, very important response, one thing that I would recommend you doing is to make sure that you have a script ready. It doesn't have to be fully fleshed out. It just needs to have sort of like your big main points. Like, yo, I really don't appreciate it. It really, really sucks that you're doing this to me because it feels like you're not being respectful of me. You know, I would imply a little bit that further egging on will result in a consequence because you really don't like this, right? Can I bring up extra spice? Oh, we love the spice. We love our tea spicy. Like chai. Welcome back, Evan. We like our tea spicy. What's the spice? Well, you tell us the spice. I'm going to read your fellow corner. Oh, I like this. Comparison is the thief of joy. Do what you want to do and strive to live your life without caring about what others think. Easier said than done, but I completely agree with you. Very agree with you. Mm-hmm. I feel like I have to add something to the advice corner. Feel free to just submit another one, Evan. It's okay. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Rob says, this sounds really cool to stick around for, but it's 5 a.m. and I should sleep. Good night, Rob. Have a good one. Enjoy. Thank you, Iris, for tucking in our good friend, Rob. In my opinion, just tell them that your love life is yours and private, and just tell them you're not looking for anyone at the moment. If they keep pushing distance, tell them how disrespectful they are being and distance them for it. Correct. I would do that too. I would heavily imply, or even outright say it if your friend is a little bit obtuse. If your friend is a little bit obtuse, can't really read signs. You know your friend better than I, of course. Sometimes you need to make threats with your friend, as of like, dude, if you keep doing this, I cannot hang out with you, because it doesn't feel nice to hang out with you. Sometimes people really need to like lay it on. And you gotta be prepared to actually follow up with a consequence, right? If you're like saying, yo, I don't like this. The next time this happens, I'm leaving, you know? And if it happens again, you need to actually leave, you know? Here's a spice. Number one, the whole friend group has been trying to do this for years. Your friends are buttheads, I'm sorry to say. Number two, they got their kid to go ask the nanny if she'd go out with me if I asked, and apparently she said yes. So now I feel like I'm the a-hole if I don't do anything. Incorrect. You don't have to do anything. You do not have to do anything at all. Better yet, Tell them that you are pursuing, and yeah, exactly. Or what Arb says, sometimes lying is always good. Tell them that you're talking to someone. But honestly, I feel like this friend group will just like dog you for an answer, and that doesn't seem fun. And something that I've talked about before, I think. There are friends that are good for hanging out, and there are some friends that are good for life. Maybe these are not the friends that you are good for life with. I don't know. You know. Evan, can you put it in the Google form and not the chat? It's going to get lost. I believe you. I'll let you know right now. It's going to get lost. But yeah, that's what I strongly recommend. Either sit down with one of them, like one of the people in the friend group that you trust, and then just be like, yo, I can't deal with this no more. I am leaving if this is how you guys treat me because I feel mad disrespected. And then actually leave if they actually do not listen to you, straight up leave. You deserve to have friends that don't egg you on in that way. It sucks, you know? You know? It sucks. And them putting the kid on it is really weird. Oh my God, Alex, I'm glad you said something. They shouldn't have put the kid in this. Thank God. Oh my God, I thought I was the only one that felt a little bit like, ew, this is really odd. You're not the asshole for saying no. You have your own life. If they don't respect your answer, it means they don't respect you. Just leave. Alex is out here with the truth. Alex, you want to be a co-host in this podcast? Alex has some good insight. I love it. I love it. There's other tidbits over the years. I can imagine. The beautiful thing about a friendship that lasts a very, very long time is that you got some like good, good friction built up, you know? And there's two ways. There's two ways to go around it. One, you become incredibly upset with each other forever, or you decide to resolve it and it's going to get bitter and it's going to get nasty, but know that you're always going to end up stronger, you know? All right, before we continue to our next one, it has been an hour and a half since I streamed. I'm going to go take a quick little break and drink some water, and I shall return really, really soon. You know what you can do while I'm gone? Exclamation point vibes, exclamation point friend shape, exclamation point fruity. So that way we can keep the vibes going. And most importantly, if you have not submitted the very wonderful Google form, please feel free if you're interested. Maybe you have some questions in life that you want to talk about, or maybe you have some encouragement that you want to share to your fellow Mallows. Please feel free. Sati coming in with 100%. We love to see it. Anyway, I'm going to be sending you guys off to ad jail. If you would like to spare yourself some ads, feel free to. Brain did not work. Feel free to sub over on twitch.tv/sinarynn. All right. I'm going to be right back. Cass, congratulations on the 100% club. I'll be right back. I'll see you guys in a bit. Very good, Cass. Very good. I'm proud of you. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys so much for watching through the ads. I really, really do appreciate it. And a big, big, big thank you to all of my lovely Mallows. Again, thank you so much for sponsoring this very beautiful event. It cannot happen without all of you guys. Jude, hello. It's good to see you. Welcome in, Jude. Seth, we hope that you are able to overcome this predicament. But I think the best thing that you can do right now is to just chat up your friend and tell them like, hey, I don't like this. I don't like that you guys have been doing this. I don't know if it's funny to you. I don't know what kind of reaction you want me to have, but it ain't cool. And we'll hope that they learn from this, you know? All right. Coming in from our next Hello Mallow it's by Cass. 3 cheers for Cass. Hi, Cass. Welcome into the Hello Mallows cast. So, Cass answers our theme. What is your new beginning and what do you want to leave behind? Cass says, I am recommitted to loving myself and evaluating my actions with kindness. I am so sick of watching people, myself included, incapable of receiving affection or a compliment. Watching friends support each other and loathe themselves. I want to think well of one of my projects and not be immediately bombarded with the negative self-speech I have carried for the better part of a decade. Oh, that hits close to home. I may have started somewhere in October, but I haven't encapsulated it into one true goal until the retrospectives of the year began to come through. Man, your writing is really excellent. I love the way you write. I'm learning, and I hope to bring as many people along with me as I can, even just a few steps. Well, if it's any consolation for you, any single time that you are in chat, I am immediately delighted because I know that it's going to be a fun and a good time, right? We are always pleased to have regular Mallows who would come in and day out every single time I stream to leave a very well-meaning presence in the chat room. So we appreciate all the Mallows that work hard to keeping the chat room safe, the vibes good, and the silly goofy. There's currently no advice coming in from Cass, so I'm hoping that everything in life is going as well, as it could. But Cass does have some encouraging words for our fellow Mallows. Listen up, everybody. When do new beginnings actually start? The burgeoning notion that a change is overdue, the belief that something ought to be done, but you're too afraid to begin, starting mentally and going nowhere, sometimes muttering about it being a false beginning. Finally having the bravery to begin. Maybe that's the new year, maybe that's in the future when you have a little more gas in your tank to make the journey. I honestly believe that it begins at my first suggestion, when you make it certain somewhere in your mind or subconscious that you have to change. If you have something in mind now, know that you've already begun. Even if physically you remain at the starting line. And starting is the hardest part. Real and very true. The journey flows forward when you keep an open heart and have sufficient support. I believe in you, and I hope this space does as much good for you as it has for me. Wait. That is a straight compliment, my friend. That is so... How dare you? I don't know. Thank you, Cass. That's so sweet. That is so sweet. And if there are any one of you that has a hard time accepting a compliment, I want you to practice just taking a deep breath, smiling and saying, thank you. That's very kind of you. Because that's what I do. And people tend to feel good because the compliment is received well, in a sense. There you have it. What beautiful words. Cass, you're a brilliant writer. Have you considered, is this currently like the big project you are talking about? We have some writers in the Fluffy Squad. I'm still like going through who is it? I'm still going through one of our Mellow's books that they wrote. I'm not quite done with it yet, and it's not because it's boring. I just don't have the time to read at the moment. I really cannot wait to dive back into it when I can. Cass says, your added emphasis in reading is crazy good. You do a great job bringing words to life. I am, after all, a reading teacher. All I do is read to my students. And so if I can't even enunciate and emphasize where the words are meant to be emphasized, I don't know. I think that's one of my strengths as a teacher, I make reading aloud feel very fun. Thank you, Cass, for your submission. Very sweet, very thoughtful. Alex is totally not in his PC. Maybe. We're not sure. It's a Schrodinger situation. Is he on his PC? Is he not on his PC? Who knows? He could be, for sure. Alex says, for once in my life, I'm focusing this year only on myself, so this is my new beginning. Short, simple, straight to the point, and we love to see it. Alex, I'm so proud of you. I don't even know you, but like this sentence brings me so much joy to read. Because I am also on that stage where like, you know what? I'm going to focus on myself this year. I want to get a better job. I want to make my dreams come true. I want to do like the hard work in order to ensure that I remain like interested. That's why I've been posting daily shorts every single day since like last December, you guys. I really want to make this work, So far, I haven't missed a single upload this January, so I'm very proud of myself. Hopefully it continues. Thank you, Alex. Very sweet. Oh, great question from the advice corner. I saw some people put icing on their carrot cake. Should I try it next time I make it? To me, yes. Personally, the best part about carrot cakes is the icing. That's my opinion. I do think the icing is the best part because that is like that balances out sort of the bitterness of the cake. You might not think carrot cake is a little bit bitter. It is bitter, but to me it's just like slightly bitter. So, in my opinion, I do think putting icing on their carrot cake is really good. Please make it. If you do make it, drop it in the Discord so that way we can ensure that we complement the cake to its fullest potential. All right. Thank you for your question. Love it. Fellow Mallows, we have ourselves some encouraging words. All right. Brothers, sisters, and other proficient queens and kings, today you may not march and maybe not even tomorrow, but one day when you least expect it, you will march with both glory and power. That pillars will be built in your name. Yeah, those pillars will be built in your name. You will look upon your enemies and scream, such devastation. You are strong, more than the world can bear. So lift your heads and embrace your true love. Signed, cool, sexy, Alex. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Very sweet. I saw it, Evan. Thank you so much for writing a new one. We appreciate it. Up next, Evan, do you want me to read this one as well? Or maybe like, I'll read both. All right, I'll read both because I feel like the question's actually different. This is from Evan. Evan actually has two. So he has an advice for one and he needs advice for like a second time. That's all chill. We all totally understand needing a bit more advice in our lifetime. I understand. What is your new beginning and what do you want to leave behind? For Evan, I have a new beginning for the year. Half of my debt is already paid. W's! Can we get some W Evan in chat, please? W Evan, half of the debt is paid. Love it. I found new beginnings through new skills, new connections, and new wonderful things. Oh, such wonderful, wonderful things to hear. W Evans in chat. Thank you, Evan, for sharing. I wanted to leave behind my loan and my bad money management. They really have been torturing me. It's tough. It's tough. I need advice regarding my bad money management. So this is for the advice quarter. Trying to stay calm and not bored in times when I'm at home and also frugal living since I have to battle with debt. First of all, it is very, very brave of you to even admit that you are in debt. I think finance and like money and all that stuff, it's always tricky for people to feel open to talking about it. I personally believe that the more open you are to talking about your money, the less burden you feel. In my opinion, I think it's good in a sense of like, you know, as long as you're making the good choices at least. I would say, for me, I live in the 4-3-2-1 rule. You guys have probably heard me speak about this. It's more like a 3-2-1 rule, to be fair, for me. 30% of my income goes towards like savings. For me, it's stocks, right? Like I asked my dad for advice for stocks. And again, I'm very, very fortunate to have a father that even has knowledge in stocks. I would say if you are a beginner stock person like me, again, I'm not a financial advisor, so take my advice with a grain of salt. There's better YouTubers out there that will be able to help you in terms of stocks. When it comes to me and buying stocks, I always buy stocks that I know the company won't go bankrupt. You know, if I know that the company is pretty stable, I'd probably just buy their stocks when I see like, you know, it's going down. Yay, you know, that's probably what I do. And since you invest in big companies, most likely they're going to give you dividends, which is a good thing. In Indonesia, my biggest stock is in BTA, which is Bank Central Asia. Not even going to like hide that. Every single time it dips below $8,000 or 8,000 rupiah, I just buy the stocks with whatever money I have, you know? And I get dividends for it. which is pretty sweet. Pretty much in basic, I'm probably not ever selling to stock unless for some unknown reason it goes to like 12,000 or whatever. Even then, I might just keep it for the dividends. I did a whole like finance stream PowerPoint, but maybe we should bring it back a little bit. But when it comes to management, I do the 3-2-1. 30% goes to savings. 20% goes, or sorry, 30% goes to necessities. For me, it's just my savings. 30% goes to necessities, rent, food, whatever it may be. 20% goes to savings. 10% you spend to whatever you want. And you cannot be guilty about spending that 10%. You earned it, you know? Yeah. I know that doesn't equal to 100%. The rest of the money I typically use for emergency situations. The rest of the 50% is like emergencies only. So I don't touch that money ever, just in case I need it. That's my advice. It's not very sound. Please ask people that are like way smarter than me. You're saving up for an SSD? That's awesome. If you need a place, I use something called Superbank. Is that what it's called? I use Superbank to help me manage like what I want to buy. So every month I set aside like X amount of rupiah. I put it in Superbank and I put it in one of their like e-wallet thingies, and I just leave it there. You know? It took me 2 years, but I was able to get a Steam Deck out of it. So yeah, good and bad. Here's your words from the fellow corners. It's always possible when you believe. Believe in yourself, believe in the universe, believe in God, whatever have you, that you can make it no matter what. Believe that everything good can come to you easily and you can resist bad vibes. I like that. I like that. Very sound. Our 7th one, Dana. Hi, Dana. How's it going? Welcome in. Dana has decided to answer both the theme, what is your new beginning, and what do you want to leave behind? For Dana, getting into VTubing is my New Year's thing. I kind of wanted something that I like doing because I realized my life didn't really have anything I enjoyed. So I decided to get into playing video games, something that I've always loved. W Dana, can we get some W Danas in chat? I love that, Dana. You go and explore this VTubing thing. I love VTubing. I think VTubing is for everyone. I'm personally not a very expressive person. And so having a VTuber express myself in my stead, because I know I'm pretty emotionless facial-wise, really helps me out a lot. Something that Dana wants to leave behind. She said, something I'd like to leave behind is feeling behind in life. Ooh, that's a T right there. That's serving. I do believe everyone's life moves at its own pace, but it's kind of hard not to spiral when social media projects it as if one has to succeed by 25 or all is lost. I'm going to say something and you guys are not going to like it. I'm going to say something and you guys are not going to like it. I'm going to say it anyway. Whatever. I understand that the whole unk and like hag thing is a joke. I do think that it also puts a lot of pressure on people to achieve something when they're young. I don't mind it. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel this way about life. I never feel like I'm behind in life. In fact, I'm feeling pretty great. I'm feeling pretty great about my life, you know? Because I guess like if people look at their life goals as like marriage and all that stuff, marriage is never one of my big life goals. I would like to get married, but it's not like, whoa, I need to get married or else my life is over. So I never felt like I was behind when I see my friends get married. It's all chill for me. But yeah, that's my biggest, like, I think that's my big controversial opinion. I do think like calling people unk or calling people hag actually makes people feel bad about not achieving something in their youth. I really don't mind it though. I really don't mind it. My dream is to be a dad. Oh, that's so sweet. You'll be a great dad, Alex. I believe in you. I believe in you. And then you can teach your son or daughter, you can teach your children how to play video games. All right, I love that. And then they'll be in esports. Oh, so cool. Don't compare your goals to others' accomplishments. I love that, Seth, and I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. I love that. I will say that it is something that I'm still trying to learn how to do, you know? Because there's so many VTubers out there, and sometimes people get partnered like way, way earlier on. And it's really tough, but you just gotta keep going, gotta keep moving on. Nothing wrong with that, you know? Very happy. Dana says, oh, this is for the fellow corner, by the way. So all you Mallows, listen up. Pursue your hobbies, even if it's just a few minutes each day. Pursue them even if you slacked and gave up 5 times before. Correct. Pursue them even if you don't have continuity. Correct. Hobbies are for joy, and there's no need to judge yourself too harshly for being bad or slow at picking them up. Correct. Oh my God. Ding, ding, ding. 3 out of 3 correct statements coming from Dana Dawnbridge. I love to hear it. But it's so true. It's a hobby. You don't gotta be professional about it. Stop making your hobby, like, don't compare your hobbies to a professional person, okay? I don't compare myself to another professional streamer who's doing this for the biz, right? I'm doing this because I'm a silly, goofy VTuber. I'm doing this because I'm doing it for the bit. I am always doing everything for the bit. Just have fun. Have fun. We love it, Dana. Thank you for your wise wisdom. Very nice. 8. Arbs. Ew. I'm just kidding. I have 2 guys. I gotta be mean to Arbs. That's on brand. Maybe that's something that I should leave behind. What do you guys think? Should I leave being mean to Arbs back in 2025? Or should I just keep it going? Should I double, triple down and be extra mean to Arbs this year? Decisions. Arbs, I'm kidding. You know I love you. Or do you? I don't know what I want to leave behind, but for new beginnings, I just want to start doing more things. Personal stuff, and maybe even start doing content. We can't wait. Arb says, talking in front of people. How? Help me, Ate. How to not get anxious when making a speech or answering questions like you are in an interview. Take a deep breath. Honestly, if you are in a very professional interview, there is nothing wrong by saying, hey, can I take like 2 seconds to think about your question? That is something that I have done plenty of times in interviews where they would ask me like a really big question and I just go, And I go, hey, do you mind if I just take a second to consider your question? I want to make sure that I get it right so that way I can answer in the best way possible. I don't really say all that. I just say like, hey, do you mind if I just take 2 seconds to think about my response? And they're usually very, very chill with it. Also, it shows that you are someone that doesn't jump the gun when it comes to answering things, right? You want to make sure that the people that you want to make sure that you provide sort of like this persona of someone that really is empathetic, that is considerate of other people's time and feelings as well. Taking a pause to answer questions is actually really good. And again, I'm sorry, the answer to a lot of these advice is just fake it till you make it, buddy. If you need to pretend to someone else to sit through an interview, you go pretend the hell out of it, man. If you need to channel your inner sinarynn, your inner yapperin, one might say, if you need to internalize the yapperin way to get through an interview, do it. I take a pause before I answer your guys' questions too. I take a pause before I respond to people in chat as well. You know, you don't see it because my brain kind of processes things fast now that I've been streaming for X number of years, but I do pause when I talk. And sometimes it works out. Most of the time it works out. Yes, ate means big sister. I can't believe you're mean to a royal cheddar. No, exactly. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, Evan. I'm gonna quadruple that. I'm gonna be extra mean to herbs. I also realized that asking question back looks good. I like that. Yeah. Ask the question back. Ask the interviewers. You're interviewing the interviewers as much as the interviewers are interviewing you, right? Because you don't want to be stuck in a black company. That wouldn't be fun. Arbs, take your own frickin' advice, you fool. That was me quadrupling it. Was that too mean? That felt really mean. Arbs' advice to all of you guys is a clear head will get you the answers you need. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Yeah, Arbs! Don't be afraid to ask for help. Goofy. He's a silly one, Mr. Grinch. Ah, this is living art. What is your new beginning, living art? I am thinking of running a Call of Cthulhu one-shot to my friends. D&D, we love to see it. WD&D, we hope it's a fun and a great time for you. It's going to be so much fun. Advice corner is, how do I keep being motivated to do demanding tasks like being a game master? I'll be honest, I'm not the best person to ask this question. I don't find myself to be a great dungeon master for D&D. I would say for anything in life is use the power of yet, or use the power of yes and, right? You are improving as much as the players are improving. Yes, and the players. Think of the good D&D DMs out there. Brennan, that guy who voices McCree. I have no idea what his name is. I'm sorry. I don't know Overwatch. I'm sure he's lovely. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. Cassidy, sorry, not McCree. Cassidy. What's his name? Mallows, help me. What's his name? Squishy Blob, hi, good to see you, by the way. Good to see you. Salary, man, it's good to see you, Salary. How's it going? Matt Mercer, thank God. Dumpster Warlock, thank God you're here. Thank God. Matt Mercer, thank you, Dumpster Warlock. That's what I was thinking. Like, think about those really, really highly efficient D&D dungeon masters. Those dungeon masters have one thing in common. They are yes-anding the players, Players suggest doing something like that. They don't go, no, that's terrible. They go, ooh, tell me more. Tell me more of your idea. Tell me more why you think that's a good thing, Tell me more. Blob, it's good to see you. How's it going, Blob? Alex says, I'm going to give a really cool technique. When someone asks you a question you don't know how to answer, pretend to sneeze or just sneeze. And Alex will normally, and people will normally say, bless you, and forget the question. That is a very interesting technique. I'm going to try that. Gonna try that on my boss. Sinarynn, how are the test results for the students? Achoo! What'd you say? I'm gonna see if it works on my boss. Number 10, we have PA. I don't know who PA is. I don't know who this is. The theme corner, they answer. My new beginning this year is I try to be very productive and proactive, Mallows, because I always am usually so... Oh, it's Akira! I always try to be productive and proactive because I'm usually so lazy. This happens because I'm used to getting negativity from the closest ones in my family. Oh. Despite me upgrading myself this year, my family is getting new members because my little sis, my big bro, and myself are getting married. I hope this year is gonna be a great year. Akira, I know it's going to be a great year. Congratulations on getting married. We're so happy to hear that. That's so amazing. I'm also in the process of making my 3D stream assets and music production. I didn't expect to be involved in music production because it is just my stress coping mechanism, but I am happy to get supportive support from my friends. Oh, that's so awesome, Akira. Congratulations. I am hoping this year you continue to be productive and proactive as well. Remember, small steps will end up being a mile. Advice that you are seeking. How to start being not so lazy without seeking validation from people. For me, it's co-working. Kid you not. For me, the easiest way for me to get productive is, that's why we have on together a lot in like the VCs. This week I'm too busy to even sit in a VC because I got lots of things going on. But what I normally do is I turn on together, which is a very lovely program where it sits on my screen and I get to see people working alongside me. And that is so incredibly helpful with feeling like I need to get things done. I'm not saying that you're getting validation from people through that. I do think it's nice to just have a study buddy. Research shows that you are way more productive when you're working with other people. And that's why companies don't like it when you work from home. Oh no. Silly. Small steps matter. Exactly. I take small steps in saving up and then it builds up a ton. That's a really good advice. Just small step at a time. Don't try to tackle on big things when you're not ready yet. Oh, and a very lovely encouragement from Akira. Dear my Mallows, so cute. If you have a very rough time, please remember you're not alone. If you feel alone, look at the sky and you'll be seeing the gazillions of stars. You have us, and seeking out professional help will help a lot. That's so sweet, Akira. And it's so true. Look up at the sky. You'll see a bazillion stars. And guess what? We're looking at the same star. Except for me. I don't have windows in my room, so I ain't seeing no stars. I'm seeing wallpaper. And finally, we have our very last entrant. Evan's new submit. I love it. It's so cute. Evan says, my new beginning is that I want to start a new and still fresh new me, and I'm going to let go of the past. With all the new opportunities coming to me and God's love still with me, I feel like I wanted to leave the past behind and start back my life. 2026 will be my year of change. I love that, Evan. We cannot wait to see it, okay? We cannot wait to see it. What's holding me back from that change is that I still can't, and I'm still not sure how to control myself, my emotions, and how I limit myself. I feel like I've had problems in self-control and anger for the past 6 years now, and the damage that I've done has been massively impacting my life. I've got clients refunded, clients have got ties with me, and every person I have interacted up until now has lost trust in me and called me a threat and is irrelevant to anyone. How do I cope with such things, and how do I prevent this from ever happening again? Well, this is tough. I'm not a very angry person, so please understand that whatever advice I give you, please take it with a grain of salt. What do you guys think? How do you deal with anger and self-control? I don't know if there's anyone that that is a very angry person here in the Mallows. Says, are we allowed to hop in the Doot VC and chat with other Mallows? What? Of course! The VC space is for you guys to interact with each other as much as it is for me to interact with you. I'm hoping that more Mallows interact with each other, because at the end of the day, like, yes, the Discord is, my stream Discord, so that way you guys know what I'm up to. But also, I want you guys to interact with other people, because I know there's a lot of lonely souls out there, and it's nice to know that you are one less lonely soul. Just know that you don't know the people that are in the Discord, and to treat each other with the best of intentions, right? That's always what I say. Don't get mad. I know it's okay, Seth. It's cute when people are like, but I'm shy. And I'm like, it's okay. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I will say this, Evan. You cannot erase your mistakes. I think that's something that you got to come into terms with it. You know, you cannot erase your mistakes. Number two, if you are really struggling with this, and it seems like you have been struggling with this for a very long time, it might be time to seek professional help. You know, controlling, self-control, especially like with like anger management and all that stuff. That's not something that I can necessarily support you in, and that's not certainly something that normal. I say normal people. I mean like unprofessional people would be able to help you in, because that is a very, very tough thing to undergo. First of all, good on you. It is very, very brave to admit that you have a problem. I think it's always the bravest thing to do, to know that like, hey, I'm struggling with this. It's really tough. It's really eating me inside, right? It's always a good thing to have that. Number two, it is just so important to seek additional help, and it might be time to seek professional help, you know? If you feel like people have lost trust in you, swallow your mistakes in a sense of like own up to it and write down think about some steps that you can do so that way you don't do it again. It's so easy for us to go, oh, I'm not going to do that again. That was terrible, you know? But what are tangible steps that you can do so that way you don't do it again? For example, I'm not saying that this is you. For example, someone that has a habit of like, I don't know, drinking, you know, like they've gone through like drinking and all that stuff. I do believe it's so easy for them to go like, I'm never drinking again, you know, but you need actual steps like 1, 2, 3. Here's what I am absolutely not doing. Maybe it's I'm not going to places with alcohol in it. Like I am going to reject places with alcohol in it, or mentions of alcohol in it, whatever it may be. Number 2, I will have 0 liquor bottles in my house, right? Number 3, you might need an accountability buddy, right? I don't know, just a couple of thoughts here and there. But I do think that this is beyond my scope, unfortunately. I don't know if there is such a thing of coping. And I do think that it's best for you to seek professional help at this point, especially because you've been sort of trying to figure this out by yourself for 6 years, right? I feel like 6 years is long enough for you to just sort of like, hey, I need someone to help me. Connoisseur, hello, welcome in. Riri Kimaru, it's good to see you. Welcome in. How's it going? Belle Crane, hi. Thank you for saying so. You are so sweet. Enoki says, I personally always try to identify why I get angry. Like you said previously, anger is a secondary emotion. What's important is to take a pause first. There you go. Take a pause. Take a breather. Leave. Literally physically leave. Physically get out of there. You can't change the past, but you can always write a new future, right? That's always what people say. Thank you all for the follows, by the way. Welcome in. My name is sinarynn. We are currently doing a monthly podcast. This is our very first one. So yeah. Seth says, I'm actually gotten used to the mentality of I'm mad, but why does it actually matter? And a majority of the time, it actually does not matter. I've been put in situations that have made me angry, but in the long run, time moves on. I agree. Nothing is as significant until you make it be. Seth, my God. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you for gifting a sub to Jenspresso, Scooby Snacks, Michael, Nari, Metal Elf. That's so sweet. Can we get some exclamation point hype and more hype, please? That's so sweet. That's so swift. That's so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. Enjoy 35% off of 5 gifted subs today. Thank you. And thank you for the level 2 hype train. Oh my God. Your support is incredible. Thank you guys so much for the help. Oh, and let's end it all with a very beautiful, some good encouraging words, okay? Evan says, you have potential. You really, really do. I agree. You have chances, opportunities, everything that you can help you to succeed. Don't be a jerk and be a kind person. That's the basic skill humans can do to retain their dignity and honor from which you have been born with. You are too special and you are wonderful. Correct. Don't let it go to waste, and you should self-reflect and change before it is too late. I feel like these words are more for you. I hope you can take your own advice, but also, most importantly, I hope you can just take it one step at a time. One thing that I want you to do, Evan, is I want you to think about something that happened today that you feel really, really positive about. Like, find a positive interaction that you have made with another fellow human being and start coming up with a list. Once you start identifying as an angry person, guess what? Your brain will think that you are an angry person. So the last thing that you should do, the last thing I want you to do is identifying yourself as an angry person, because you're not. You have to believe that you're not, all right? You have to believe that you are not an angry person. Your brain will try to trick you. Don't let it trick you. Okay? I would say a practical advice from me, Evan, to you is to just make a list. Write down an entire list of things. Start creating a list of positive interactions that you've had. Clients that have been positive to you or whatever it may be. And start building up on that list. Every single time you have a good positive interaction, write it down. You know? Just remember. Arp says, I think this is where being considerate comes to play when it comes to trying to have self-control. Doesn't mean your feelings aren't valid, but you gotta understand the person or the people you're communicating with have feelings too. I think that's good. That's a good point. Well, as they say, Rome is not built in a day. And I am certainly not able to change all of you guys. But what I can do is give you some practical advice that has worked for me. Of course, with everything in life, please remember to take all advices with a grain of salt. I am not a professional. I am a silly goober talking in front of a microphone. All right. And before we end things today, I just want to say a big thank you to all our wonderful, wonderful Mallows. Guys, you have been very vulnerable in this space, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so very much for being so open. Thank you for being very open about talking about these things. Really proud of you folks. I am really proud. Cass says, this is how I've been retranslating anger as a choice. I think anger is an emotion, but exhibiting and acting out of anger is the choice. Exactly. No, I think that is exactly it. It's like anger is an emotion, but exhibiting that anger is the choice. I do agree. I do agree. Any last minute thoughts? Any last minute things that you would like to talk about? What's something you're looking forward to, you guys? One thing that I'm super looking forward to is obviously Tomodachi Life 2. I'm so excited for Tomodachi Life 2. I am so excited that Tomodachi Life 2 is super woke. Love Tomodachi Life 2. I love that we can be gay in Tomodachi Life. I love that we can be non-binary in Tomodachi Life. Finally, I can finally create Butthead Island in the way that matters. So excited. So happy. Thank you for the hype train, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Anything you're looking forward to? Seth is looking forward to the weekend. Love that. Alex says, I don't like Nintendo, but that is a good game. I try to separate the company from like the game developers. That's probably not a good way to think about it, but I am very excited for... You know what? I am glad that one of like the biggest companies in the world, it's not much. It's not much. Don't get me wrong. It certainly isn't much. But to have the biggest company in the world include a game, have an entire live for it, and it showcases like queerness, to me, that feels pretty good. And I hope it continues. Because I'm really looking forward to spring. I'm done with the cold, but also Hello Mallow episode 2. I need a question. You guys, should we do the hello? Should we do hello with like a W so that way it looks like Hello Mallow? Or should we just do the hello without the W? Because I find myself accidentally typing like hello Mallow with a W instead of like hello Mallow. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Or maybe I should do like hello Mallow and like write it like this. I don't know. It's so hard. My brain. My brain. How did the Nintendo conference go? Oh my God, Seth. It was so awesome. I love Tomodachi Life 2 and I'm so excited. It is a wonderful day. Very wonderful day. It's Raven. Hi, welcome in, Raven. How's it going? I hope you're good. Arb says, I'm looking forward to a peaceful year, but I know that's asking a lot in the world that we live in. You cannot control the world. So, my personal opinion is that you have to make your world peaceful. You know? You may not be able to... How do you say? You might not be able to like control the entirety of the world, but you can entirely control your world. Did most of your bullet points come true? All my bullet points came true, and then more. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for it. I like the unnecessarily W in hello because it's silly maxing. I do love to silly max. I really, really do like to silly max. Ooh. I love that. We love silly maxing. So I am thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Yeah. I'm very excited for Tomodachi Life 2. All right, I'll tell you guys this because we're going towards the end. We still have to listen to Cass's thoughts on the thing, but I'll give you a little aside. You guys, I have been wanting a Switch 2 ever since they announced that there was a Switch 2. And I've been very good with not overspending. And I completed my goal of getting a Switch 2, which is very exciting. So, with all of your help as well, I got a Switch 2. And she's coming. And I'm very excited that she's coming. So, just want to say and reiterate again, thank you so very much for the support. I do not know how to express how grateful and how thankful I am because I am insanely grateful and thankful. I would not be in this position without all of you guys, so thank you. You know, thank you. Durge, hello, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Does anyone else like men? I like men. Alex says, oh yeah, I opened a fortune cookie yesterday and it says, be imaginative in your love life. All right, you know what that means. That means the fortune cookie is saying that you will get love. It doesn't have to be love, but it might be love. Well, Cass, it seems like you're 32% into men today. You deserve nice things. I thank you. That's so sweet. Again, I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so very much. Can I ask a question? Yes, Arbs, you may ask a question. I swear you're allowed, okay? You're allowed. Just this once, I suppose. I'm just kidding. I am kidding. I'm just a basement brain asking to speak. Real. Real. Is there something in the September goals that you're doing this year? Yep. I'm going to be combining not combining, but I'll be doing more karaoke streams. So those karaoke streams are I'm going to do a karaoke stream on, for Valentine's Day, but probably not on Valentine's Day, just by Valentine's Day. And then for the Disney villains karaoke, as much as I want to do a Disney villain only karaoke, I think I'm going to mix in just like some other Disney songs in there. So that's coming. Spelling bee, I am working really hard to code it so that way it works. But in my testing, the spelling bee breaks, so we'll figure it out. But yes, unfortunately for you guys, I'm sticking around. Unfortunately for you, I am sticking around for a very long time. So don't get too bored of me, okay? Anyway, I'm rooting for you guys. I hope everything goes well. And there's a couple of things that I want to do today because our very lovely, lovely pals over in the Discord they have been doing stuff. I mentioned the January experiments, you guys. The January experiments is a time where the Mallows get a chance to just do a little experiment all for themselves. This is not like a for me thing. This is not for a stream thing. This is literally all entirely of their own accord and their own interest. And due to the increase in interest, we are going to do February experiments. Basically, the whole thing with experiments is you choose like a length of time and then you go and do a thing for every single day of that time, you know? And it's fun. Our lucky Mallow that is going to be sharing with us their insights is none other than Cass. Cass, thank you so much for agreeing to be part of this. I really, really do appreciate it. And you know what? I expected like a text prompt, but you guys, Cass was so generous. They sent us an actual, honest to goodness recording. So sweet. So let me explain my prompts. So these are the things that I told Cass to talk about. Number one, obviously introduce yourself. Who are you? We want to make sure that we put a name to the voice. Number two is, what was your initial reaction of your experiment? Did you feel nervous about starting the whole month plan? Because Cass actually did for the entirety of January, which is very exciting. Number three, I asked them, what has been a noticeable change since starting the experiment? And then lastly is any encouraging words that you can send to the Mallows that might be interested in upcoming experiments, and then some final thoughts here and there. So those are the things that I asked Cass, and we are about to listen to their voice. That's right. I want to make this a thing where we actually listen to fellow Mallows talk about their stories and all that stuff, because I think it'll be really fun. But we will be listening to Cass's voice really, really soon. I'm currently loading it up as we speak. Cass, thank you so very much for agreeing to participate in this. We cannot wait to hear about it. I'm gonna turn down the music. I'm gonna listen. Hold on. Where's my... Aha! Here we go. Okay, there we go. All right, we're gonna test something out first, okay? Hopefully it's not too loud.
Hello, Mallows.
Oh, give me a thumbs up if you can hear. If you can hear Cass. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear Cass. I want to have like a special little section for like whoever is the volunteer, you know what I mean? I think it'll be great. Yeah, we can. Yay! I'm so excited. I'm so excited. By the way, this just happens to be the experiments. Next month I might consider like someone else being part of it and all that jazz. So it's not always involving the experiments that you guys are going to be part of. All right. Let's go listen to Cass.
Hello, Mallows.
Hi, Cass.
My name is Cass Whistles. If you know me, you know me.
I do know.
My initial thoughts regarding this experiment. I'm not typically the type of person to do New Year's resolutions. It seems very silly to have an arbitrary point in the year that you decide to change something about yourself. If I dislike something about me, I'm going to change something about me.
Yeah, I agree.
And so my first thought about, oh, we're going to be doing something in January, that seems goofy. I've already made the changes that I need to. But I thought a little bit about how Cinna explained the experiment mindset. That was new to me. This notion that we're not even trying to develop a habit. We're trying to act with curiosity.
Yep.
And
correct.
see whether or not we want this habit before we even begin to form it. That was unique to me. And it was really exciting. I had never really done this sort of thing with a sense of play. I have perpetually been trying to better myself in one way or another. I do not think that is a unique quality. I think everyone wants to learn another language or get in better shape or take on a better hobby, a new habit. But the unique quality was the play. And so I was really stoked. I didn't have any nerves about it. I wanted to go in with that same sense of curiosity that I've done in the past with experimenting on something, with trying to figure out if something works, treating it more like a creative endeavor rather than something that I was going to be beholden to, something that I was going to be strict with myself about. And so doing it for the whole month just seemed right. If I wasn't going to be strict, I didn't think I'd be able to keep to it. And so I kind of went about it like that. And so for me, my experiment was I wanted to be waking up first thing in the morning and getting ready. Getting ready as if I'm getting out of the door. I get up really early, and so I don't really have a need to go anywhere anytime soon. And really frequently my mornings are kind of lethargic, just going through the motions. And I wanted to pretend like I was going somewhere because I thought I would trick my brain into getting into high gear and just moving quickly throughout my day. And so the biggest change that I've seen, which I wasn't really foreseeing, is that I'm waking up with more energy rather than waking up slowly. I'm almost excited. My body knows it's about to wake up really, really, really fast. And we have somewhere to go. We have places to be.
Yeah, we do.
And so I'm
Busy bees.
sort of uplifted in my mood. And it's making it a lot easier to get through all of the day. And even when I missed a day, I didn't beat myself up very much. I tried to maintain the experiment mindset rather than the habit forming mindset.
Correct.
And that's been really, really, really great. The fact that I can send this recording very shortly after waking up
Wow.
is sort of a testament to the fact that the experiment is working.
Experiment time.
And I have
Yay.
a half decent amount of energy, probably an hour earlier than I usually would. I wouldn't be able to hold a conversation like this if it wasn't for the fact that I've kind of gotten into a new routine. So, Sin is asking what encouraging words I might have for the Mallows. I've got two things.
Oh, yes.
Well, let me start there.
Okay.
Cliches are cliches for a reason. Cliches are very easy to ignore. We know the good things we're supposed to do for ourselves very frequently, and we hear these words all of the time, and we begin to kind of let the words run like water off our back. Oh, am I feeling low? I should probably eat, drink enough water, go outside, look at the sun, get some sun, work out. Everybody knows that helps depression. Am I starting a new workout routine? I should probably start slow. Oh, start slow, start slow. And we always think that we're the exception to the rule. That our mentality is more stalwart on a good day. And we can just get over a problem. And we don't need to go through all of the motions. We don't need the normal human medicine. But I'll say it again. Cliches are cliches for a reason. And that's because they work. And that's because they tend to hold a good nugget of advice.
I agree.
And so, beyond that, you deserve the kindness that you give to others. I know that that's something that Cinna has said. I know that that's something that you've probably heard multiple times. But that sort of forgiveness of someone being like, hey, I'm going to try something out. Oh, yeah, it didn't really work out. And you're just supportive. It's just, oh, don't worry about it. You can still go back to it. Or maybe it wasn't right for you. And you don't think of them as lesser or worse. There's no beat down. You're just kind to your friends, to your fellow person,
Yeah.
to your fellow Mallow.
To your fellow
Nice to
Mallow.
them. You deserve that niceness.
I
too.
agree.
So let yourself be kind. Let yourself experiment. I'm not going to say that it's a magic bullet, because nothing is. And I'm sure that there are people who started some experiments and it didn't go as well as mine. And I think that's fine. I've tried forming habits dozens and dozens and dozens of times and they haven't stuck.
Yep.
This one happens to be doing pretty well. And I'm proud of that.
Aww.
My closing thoughts are that I think you should hold yourself accountable in as many ways as possible.
Fair. Valid.
I have 3 ways that I'm holding myself accountable. I have an in real life friend that I speak to once or twice a week, and I make it a point to mention my habit. I just told him outright, hey, I'm starting this thing, and I'm going to be boring, and every time you talk to me, I'm going to talk about this thing, where I tell you whether or not I've been getting up well, and then I started tying it into my workouts also. And so he gets an update about that. Regarding the workouts, I post in Yumi's Discord. I have a couple of forest friends. Shout out Mr. Fallout. If you know, you know.
We do know. We
People
love
that
it.
hold me accountable. And they're not, we've DM'd each other before, but I treat it like going to a public space and needing to be seen. With my friend, he needs to see me doing the right thing. And with the other folks, they need to see me walking into the gym, so to speak.
Yeah, I get it.
And then the last one is Cinna checking in.
Me.
And just being a part of the experiment. And knowing that in those tough mornings, I want to make sure that the people I want to impress see me.
Yeah.
And I know that in a week or two, someone's going to ask me, hey, how's it going?
True.
Because I can disappoint one person. Don't get me wrong. I'm really good at disappointing one person.
Oh.
3 people is a problem.
Yeah, 3 people's hard.
Disappointing 3 people in the same way is not palatable to me. And so I decided to make myself accountable to 3, 4, or 5 people.
I love that.
We're rooting for you.
We're rooting for you.
You know? They're rooting for me. I'm rooting for you, Mallow. So, go for it. Have fun. And good luck.
Good luck.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, Cass, that's so awesome. Oh my goodness. Those are some sage advice. I'm trying to... Wait, hold on. Okay. My favorite part, I think, throughout all of that speech is how real you are being. Thank you for being super vulnerable. And thank you for talking about your experiment. I know it couldn't have been easy to wake up every single morning on time. I feel that way. But I'm proud of you. You really, really made sure to do what you could do in order to be successful. And I think you deserve a pat on the back. And everything that you said is absolutely true. The vibe of an experiment is meant to be fun. The vibe of an experiment is meant to be, something that you play around with. People will tell you X, Y, and Z to wake up at 5 a.m., eat breakfast, whatever it may be, work out. But maybe you need to try it first, like a free trial for a habit. Like, is this really something that you like? Because there's nothing wrong with waking up at 3 p.m. if that suits your lifestyle, right? But if you really want to try out the habit of waking up early, well, now's your chance to try it for like 5 days, 6 days, see how you feel and all that stuff. So, thank you. WCast. Yeah, thanks for the WCast. That's so sweet. I really do appreciate it. My God. Sorry for the random unrelated, but this voice is now the Mallows canon voice for me. Can you imagine that, like, the Mallows voice is something super duper deep? Me with, like, my little... I have the voice of a hamster, and all my Mallows have super deep voices. That's crazy. Sakudog, hi. It's good to see you. Thank you guys so much for watching through the ads. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. We are, unfortunately, going to be heading off very soon. I just want to say a big old thank you to all of you for being super duper vulnerable. Thank you so very much for taking care of each other. And most importantly, thank you for taking time to care for yourself, because that's the most important thing. Saku, thank you for being here for 126 streams. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's so many streams, Saku Dog. Boy. I'm dealing with a plumber, lurking and listening. Love you guys. Well, we love you, Cass. Thank you so much also for a very wonderful shout out to my very amazing and talented friend. You guys, if you don't know who Cass was referring to, please check out my very beloved Yumi. I love her so very much. And I'm so excited because I'm going to be seeing her very, very soon. She's so lovely. Everybody go check her out. Everybody go check her out. As much as I want to raid Yumi, I know she's also currently doing a podcast. So you should absolutely go check that out. However, I am going to be sending you guys over to Daru. If you don't know, Daru is another one of my beautiful, very wonderful friends. Unfortunately, Daru broke her leg. Okay, twisted her ankle, I should say. And so we're going to just send her off, give her a little bit of cheer so that way she feels a little bit better. Poor Daru. Oh my God, I feel so bad for her. But anyway, I want to say as like a wrap up to everything here, thank you so much for being you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me chat. And again, thank you so very, very, very much for being vulnerable with us in our Hello Mallows podcast. Anyway, I also would like to just exclamation point support all the friends. Thank you so much for our sponsors. Sponsors, this is the time for you to be mentioned. Josh, thank you so much for the 25 subs. Evan, thank you so much for the 6 subs. Sad, thank you for the 5 subs, gifted subs, I should say. Les, thank you so much for gifting a sub. We have some cheers going on. Evan, thank you so much for the 500 bits. Bazulu for the 100. Tio for the 100. Really do appreciate it. I also want to just thank Josh for the wonderful gift donation over at Throne. And also, we got some anonymous Mallows. Some anonymous Mallows that refuse to tell me their identity. Who have helped a lot over on Throne, and they refuse to tell us who they are. If you do not know what Throne is a virtual wish list where you can see exactly what I'm currently funding towards. Pretty much I am, so basically how it works is that like I'm funding it as well. Anything that I get from Throne, I put it up on Throne. Any extra money that I earn from stream, if it's not going towards like a music video project, it's going towards the Throne. And so you will see me sometimes go like, sinarynn has submitted a Throne request, whatever it may be. Like sometimes it shows that I'm the one donating it, but that is because I am donating for the sake of like the stream, and all the income from that donation is coming from the stream itself. So I'm like paying myself through Throne, if that makes sense. But that being said, we have 2 anonymous donors. I don't know who it is. But they funded my ring light this month. Thank you to those that funded my ring light, as well as, I don't know if it's the same person because it's anonymous, but I also saw that my desire for getting an upgraded stream deck has also been increased. The stream deck is now 39% funded, which is very, very exciting. So thank you guys so much for all of this. Seriously, it means the absolute world that you would support me in such a way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Paz, hello, welcome in. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. We were just wrapping up. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry. But we have been talking, and I would just like to say a big ol' thank you, everybody, for a very wonderful Hello Mallows first ever inaugural stream. Best assured that we are going to keep working on this until it feels more at home, you know? You missed it. No, I'm sorry to hear that, but you know what? It's okay because the VOD will always be here and it will reside over in our socials. So you can always tune in. Wait, that didn't send. Of course, if you are keen on being part of the Discord, please feel free. The Discord is always right there. And you can always find all of our socials that you can see me in. I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube again twice. But also something else that is very cool is I have been doing a lot of daily shorts. Part of it is thanks to Evan for helping out. We really appreciate you, Evan. Thank you, Evan. Really appreciate it. And we're going to go right on over to Daru to make sure that she feels very, very loved while she's currently in a lot of pain. Anyway, I'm going to go rest my voice, so no singing ya goodbye tonight, but goodbye to my Mallows. Please take care of yourself, okay? I cannot wait to see you guys again next week on Tuesday for another Silly Cinna time. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Take care. Good night. Know that you're loved, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.